3 weeks ago, at the beginning of lockdown, I reflected on how the restrictions necessary to control the spread of coronavirus have played havoc with the future plans we'd invested in. The story we'd imagined for ourselves during this time has been severely disrupted, causing us to ponder how much we can rely on our hopes for the future. The story Luke tells of the friends of Jesus walking the road to Emmaus causes me to ponder not the stories we project for ourselves into the future, but the stories we tell about our past. I'm illustrating this with some works from the Methodist Modern Art Collection and also paintings by the Reverend Rick Stott, created for the Methodist Conference in 2012. The friends had hoped that Jesus would be the one to redeem Israel. Maybe they held this hope even to the end, thinking that when those gathering at the foot of the cross to mock Jesus challenged him to save himself if he was truly the Messiah, Jesus might miraculously step down from the cross, cut a swathe through the crowds, and seize the religious and political power which they assumed would be the means of their redemption. But now they accepted that Jesus was dead, a belief that not even the fantastical story of an empty tomb from that morning could shake. Luke tells us they were sad, but I imagine this is an understatement. If Jesus was not the Messiah, who then had they been following? Was he also not the great prophet they believed him to be? They have come to mistrust their own memories. They are caught in the endless circle of revisiting things they saw or thought they saw, heard or thought they heard. They can no longer trust their own understanding of the story of which they had been a part. When our future story is disrupted, it is painful, but the pain is mitigated by the fact that we always had some level of acceptance that the future would be provisional on circumstance. When the story of our past is questioned, the pain can be much more traumatic, for it is the foundation of our self-understanding. It's not uncommon for people to find themselves walking that Emmaus road because a distressing revelation has led them to question everything they thought they knew. In the past, when adoption was sometimes kept a secret, even adults have found themselves on the Emmaus road when they've suddenly discovered that mum and dad are not their birth parents. People have found themselves walking the road having discovered that their partner has been having an affair, sometimes for months or years. Or a group of friends may walk the road together when a member of their trusted circle is revealed as having a history of abuse or violence. L'Arche community find themselves on the road now it's revealed that their revered founder, Jean Vanier, was a serial sex abuser. Doubts and questions plague those on the road. It surely can't be true, can it? How can I not have known? There were no signs, or were there? What about that time when... What about that thing she said? Oh, what fools we've been. What else do I not know? Should I have realised earlier? Could I have changed what happened? And what happens now? To the friends on the Emmaus road, Jesus comes first as one who will listen. Tell me, he says, and begins to draw from them the things they know and do not even know they know. He listens, hears and holds, and then begins to shed new light on ancient expectation. Familiar scriptures suddenly reveal new meanings and patterns. The story they thought they knew is reinterpreted to them, leaving them with a future full of Easter promise. For those on their own Emmaus roads, it perhaps seems not quite so easy. Though Jesus is on these roads too, with his gentle and yet irrefusable invitation to tell him all the sorry tale. As he listens, Jesus does not offer easy answers, but helps us to live with the questions. If we will allow him to open the scriptures to us, we may find some consolation in the constancy of human sin and frailty in these ancient stories, though we may find it hard also to hear of the constancy of God's willingness to forgive and to reconcile. For us, forgiveness may lie way over the horizon of the road ahead, and that's okay. And at some stage, if we will offer Jesus the invitation, he will break open the bread. He will break us open. He will break our stories open. And amidst the broken pieces, we will discover that whilst the story of the past now needs to be rewritten, a wiser but sadder story than we thought we knew, the story of our future is still full of resurrection promise.